I'm Josh Barnes, and I graduated in 2002 from LPO. I am now a licensed clinical social worker here in Sandpoint. I can definitely see a ton of potential mental health concerns coming from this. I currently facilitate a therapy group at the school every week. And so I've had a front row seat just these last couple of months into the impact that the idea of moving the school has already had on the students, and it's already been detrimental. I think they have a hard time feeling like they are being seen and considered in all of this. One of the things that I really appreciate about LPO is that I always felt seen there. I always felt like someone had my back. And I know that the students right now, considering that this school might be moved, kind of downgraded, is not helping them to feel like they're being invested in. And if it wasn't for LPO, I would not have graduated from high school. When I first came to the school after my freshman year at the high school, I had 0 credits and pretty low will to finish school. And almost immediately, I was met with encouragement, support, love, and a sense of community. One of the things that I think is really important about LPO is the sense of community and the sense of support that students receive there. That was one of the things that I noticed immediately transferring from the high school. And that really helped me to feel like they cared. One of the things that I really worry about with the idea of moving the program out of the building is just losing that sense of community. It's very difficult to create and maintain a community generally, and almost impossible if it doesn't have a good dedicated space. And so the idea of moving to a couple of portables or a smaller facility really seems like a slap in the face to the students, faculty, staff, and the alumni who have spent so much time and effort building what LPO has become. I guess one of the questions that I would ask about the idea of the move is, if there's another school in the district that the board or other stakeholders would feel comfortable moving to a smaller, less efficient building. I wonder if they'd be willing to do the same thing with an elementary school or with any other group of students. And if the answer is no, my question would be, what is it particularly about LPO that makes it the first on the chopping block and the one that needs to lose something? If there's budget issues, it seems that there could be a lot of other creative ways to look at those than to get rid of one of the most important programs that the district has had. The students at LPO historically have had a higher set of challenges than many students at other schools. It's kind of the reason why LPO is there. And I think that having a place that is uniquely suited to students that have higher needs is a very important part of not just the school, but the district and the broader community. And my fear is that once things start to move in a certain direction, it's very difficult or impossible to move them back if someone wanted to do that. So I feel like getting rid of the building, getting rid of the program as it's constituted, is going to definitely be a step in the wrong direction. Once the inevitable problems of that move show up, it's going to be pretty hard to course correct at that point. Each student, not just at LPO, but generally, is a unique individual, and they have unique individual needs. And my fear is that if we lose this, we're going to have an increase in kids who don't graduate and all the things that often come along with that. I would personally like to see the program expanded rather than contracted. And if we're worried about enrollment numbers, one idea would be to bring back the middle school that used to be at LPO and reconstitute that. I know firsthand that the middle school struggles a lot with some of their students, and it seems like a pretty good thing to reinstitute and to be able to bring more students to that program than less. I think there are a lot of other things that the district could look at as far as budgetary places that we could save money, places where things could be cut besides the program at LPO, whether that's a high degree of admin costs or other facility costs throughout the district. I think there are a lot of creative ways that could be approached that would allow for the school to be able to be preserved in its current state without needing to move locations or further damage the program.